Ernest Hemingway. American writer, war correspondent, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. All things truly wicked start from innocence. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. Always do sober what you said you'd do drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut. Courage is grace under pressure. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Never think that war, no matter how necessary, nor how justified, is not a crime. An intelligent man is sometimes forced to be drunk to spend time with his fools. Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguish one man from another. There is no friend as loyal as a book. Never go on trips with anyone you do not love. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. Never mistake motion for action. We are all apprentices in a craft where no one ever becomes a master. When you go to war as a boy, you have a great illusion of immortality. Other people get killed, not you. Then, when you are badly wounded the first time, you lose that illusion, and you know it can happen to you. If you were lucky enough to have lived in Paris as a young man, then wherever you go for the rest of your life it stays with you, for Paris is a movable feast. There is no lonelier man in death, except the suicide, than that man who has lived many years with a good wife and then outlived her. If two people love each other, there can be no happy end to it. The world is a fine place and worth the fighting for, and I hate very much to leave it. Happiness in intelligent people is the rarest thing I know. The shortest answer is doing the thing. The first panacea for a mismanaged nation is inflation of the currency. The second is war. Both bring a temporary prosperity, both bring a permanent ruin. But both are the refuge of political and economic opportunists. If a writer knows enough about what he is writing about, he may omit things that he knows. The dignity of movement of an iceberg is due to only 1/9 of it being above water. You're beautiful, like a May fly. I know now that there is no one thing that is true, it is all true. What is moral is what you feel good after, and what is immoral is what you feel bad after. Time is the least thing we have of. The only thing that could spoil a day was people. People were always the limiters of happiness, except for the very few that were as good as spring itself. As you get older, it is harder to have heroes, but it is sort of necessary. To be a successful father. There's one absolute rule: when you have a kid, don't look at it for the first 2 years. It's none of their business that you have to learn how to write. Let them think you were born that way. Prose is architecture, not interior decoration, and the Baroque is over. There is no rule on how to write. Sometimes it comes easily and perfectly. Sometimes it's like drilling rock and then blasting it out with charges. Cowardice is almost always simply a lack of ability to suspend functioning of the imagination. Once we have a war, there is only one thing to do. It must be won. For defeat brings worse things than any that can ever happen in war. All good books have one thing in common: they are truer than if they had really happened. Bullfighting is the only art in which the artist is in danger of death, and in which the degree of brilliance in the performance is left to the fighter's honor. About morals, I know only that what is moral is what you feel good after, and what is immoral is what you feel bad after. They wrote in the old days that it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. But in modern war, there is nothing sweet nor fitting in your dying. You will die like a dog for no good reason. When you have shot one bird flying, you have shot all birds flying. They are all different and they fly in different ways, but the sensation is the same, and the last one is as good as the first. I don't like to write like God. It is only because you never do it, though, that the critics think you can't do it. All modern American literature comes from one book by Mark Twain called Huckleberry Finn. When writing a novel, a writer should create living people, people not characters. A character is a caricature. I rewrote the ending to Farewell to Arms, the last page of it, 39 times before I was satisfied. I learned never to empty the well of my writing, but always to stop when there was still something there in the deep part of the well, and let it refill at night from the springs that fed it. No weapon has ever settled a moral problem. It can impose a solution, but it cannot guarantee it to be a just one. For a long time now I have tried simply to write the best I can. Sometimes I have good luck and write better than I can. That terrible mood of depression of whether it's any good or not is what is known as the artist's reward. My aim is to put down on paper what I see and what I feel in the best and simplest way. Hesitation increases in relation to risk in equal proportion to age. Fear of death increases in exact proportion to increase in wealth.